right, welcome back to Rise and Shine this morning. Thank you for tuning in. I know that the viewers are not finished with the Rosewood topic yet. I would, and so somebody said, "Boy, you can't finish with the Rosewood topic yet." I was just giving some closing because if Belize is going to take action, they need to take action before this rosewood is exported. Because once it's exported, then from there, then it will be done. And so that was my statement. And but we want to continue moving forward this morning. Again, we have guests this morning in studio from the University of Belize, and I have the privilege to have a next one of my lecturers that had taught me at the University of Belize, Mr. Joaquin Magana. Thank you
very much.
Welcome
Patrick.
to Rise and Shine. I don't think this is your first time.
No, it's actually my second, my third time here.
I think so.
last
That's
year.
right. That's right. And also we have Angelita Steen. Welcome to Rise and Shine this morning, and Devon
Saldano.
Sorry, for Rise and Shine this morning. So what's happening at the university? What will be taking place this morning? Angelita, should we start with you or?
Okay, first of all, let me just say, we as NRM students, we try to promote environmental awareness 365 days a year, but Earth Day is one day out of the year in which we try to we put in more effort so that we can raise environmental awareness. So every year for Earth Day, we have a different issue which we try to make the public aware of, and this year it is climate change. So everything UB's Earth Day will be circulated around climate change.
Okay. Devon.
And before you continue, Patrick, let me just remind the public that when Angelita is talking about NRM, it's the Natural Resource Management Program
I was going to
of the
answer.
Faculty of Science and Technology.
Yes, and so you guys are representing the Faculty of Science and Technology, and you're a lecturer
That's
at the
right.
university. And I had mentioned that I did have the pleasure of sitting under one of your
My
classes, right? And so very, very interesting classes. And so with the Earth Day, how do you go about choosing the topic that you want to highlight on that specific day? Is like what Angelita said. There's numerous issues when it comes to climate change, but when it comes to the environment, no?
That's a good question, Patrick. And let me tell the public that it's not the university that chooses the world topic, because our day is being celebrated not here in Belize, but also throughout the entire world. So the date is the 22nd of April, and there is an organization that decides what topics needs to be addressed. And it so happens that this year, the topic is climate change. So we had to adapt a topic based on the world topic. So our topic is addressing climate change, if not now, when.
Okay, all right. So Devon, what are some of the things that, when it comes to climate change, that as a student that have come to your realization by being at the university, sitting in the NRM classes and all that?
Well, okay. First of all, what has come to my realization is that as a country, as an individual, as a student, a citizen within our country, Belize, I realize that there is not much that we as a country, me as an individual, there is not much that I can do. Yes, we can raise awareness about climate change. We can go to schools and educate them about what climate change is and the issues of climate change, the environmental issues. But like I said, there's only so much we can do as a country. Because if you look at the statistics, the numbers and everything, our country does not produce as much carbon dioxide as what is increasing within the atmosphere, the greenhouse gases. You have those major countries such as USA, Asia, Europe, China. Those are the major producers of the greenhouse gases, which is contributing to climate change. So even if we as a country were to stop producing these greenhouse gases, we would still have climate change. So,
but then that does not mean that we should not try
But
to.
creating awareness will have a domino effect, and eventually climate change will lessen. So
Because what China does in creating that eventually could affect Belize, isn't
Right.
it so?
Right.
yes, because if you will notice that when climate change does occur, it will not be China or the US that feels the effects first. It will be us. And an effect of climate change is the rise in sea level. Now we all know that our country is below sea level.
And,
So
and
if
let
that-
me add to that. The sea levels will rise. Well, in fact, Devon said when we start to feel climate change, we are already feeling climate change, because I tell him, I remember when I was in primary school, the temperature wasn't as hot and cold as how it is now. So the sea level starts to rise because of the melting of the poles. And as a result, you have, due to the greenhouse effect, we have a lot of carbon dioxide being produced. There is a lot of methane. So as a consequence of that, the temperature is rising. So we are having sea level rising, melting of the poles. We will start to see, instead of having category 1 and 2, we will have 4 and 5 and even 6. So we are experiencing extreme weathering, and also the oceans are becoming acid because of the carbon dioxide that is in the atmosphere. So and if the oceans become acid, our corals
coral reef
and everything will be
or tourism
right.
industry
will just
collapse.
crumble down.
That's what people come to see, no?
Right?
And so on. There's a Earth Day happening at the University of Belize.
That's right.
Right. I want to come to that, but I want to ask the question: what are some of the specific things in Belize? We talk about some of the international green gases of these big industrial countries that are producing that. What are issues in Belize that Belizeans could be aware of at home that they might be contributing when it comes to climate change and issues
Yes.
like that, Belizeans at home? And then we want to go to the Earth Day event and all information that will be there.
So first of all, I know I was talking to my mom, and then she said she didn't even know that by driving a car you're helping to rise climate change. So viewers at home could definitely walk more. That would help lower climate change, because using cars emit different gases that
Carbon
help
monoxide.
carbon dioxide
Monoxide.
monoxide that helps give rise to climate change. So by walking more, bicycling more, you can lower those gases and therefore lower climate change. Well, that can help.
Also, they can, right now we use a lot of electricity, and we know that most of the electricity that we're getting is coming from Mexico. Mexico is using fossil fuels to generate that electricity. So if we could switch and start to use alternative energy source like solar panels and stuff like that.
Wind.
Yes, it is a little bit more expensive to install and everything, but in the longer run, it saves. You want to tell them about?
We can also decrease the use of CFCs, which aerosol sprays, which promote the increase in the carbon
Now when you say
dioxide in the
aerosol
atmosphere.
spray, you even broke it down for the ladies and to the guys what that is.
Okay, there are certain types of
Hair
aerosol
products?
sprays, hair products, fish sprays, offs, whatever it is that you use that emit certain types of carbon monoxide, and as a result, it gives rise to an increase of the carbon gas in the atmosphere. So if you were to look specifically at what you're buying, then you can see, there are certain types of aerosol sprays that has these contaminants in it. So if you were to use less of those, as a result, you can lessen the amount of carbon dioxide that you're producing.
So carbon gas is the issue that is one of the main issues that's
Yes.
contributing
One of-
to climate change, no?
Yeah,
Carbon
we also
dioxide
have
Other gases.
also methane.
methane.
Those are the two main ones.
Okay.
And to add up to what they have said, right now in Belize we have this serious issue with deforestation.
Yeah.
So that is another factor that is also contributing towards climate change, because we all know that the trees that we cut down, these same trees are the ones that are using carbon dioxide for photosynthesis and producing oxygen. So deforestation is another cause of that is increasing and causing the climate to change.
You guys should invite all the ministers at your presentation.
Well, actually we are. Well, actually, we are.
You
We're
should-
hoping that they show up,
You
though.
should get all your ministers and explain to them about deforestation and then also about the gases that is emitting from these vehicles, all these, because we need policies on some of these vehicles you see driving around the road that is just polluting the air. And as one city grows, there will need to be more
Right.
Regulation.
policies, to control all those gases that are coming out from those vehicles now.
That's right.
And so Earth Day, the university, I visit once, I think I visit one or two of them, and they're always well put together, very informational. What is going to be like this year?
Ooh. Okay, well, we have different competitions that schools can join in. We have the model competition, the poster competition, we have the trash and fashion. But
Trashan. We decided to change that.
Trashan. And then besides from the competitions, we have different NGOs that will be having booths, so you can come in and get information about what different NGOs are doing. And then we are also having a key speaker from
5Cs.
5Cs that will be giving us information on the different on climate change on a whole,
And what our country is doing.
and what our country is doing about climate change.
Okay.
So we will also have lots of games, lots
Yeah.
of raffles.
Mhm.
So we are formally inviting you guys to join us for that day. That is tomorrow. We're starting celebrating at 7 in the morning. Probably Devon can tell you more because
Yes.
he's the one in charge of the.
I am the one in charge of
Earth
the
Day
entire
itself.
day. Very hectic, I might add, but yeah.
You'll get extra credits then after this. You are needed, but I'm not sure so you did, but you appreciate the extra credits.
As Andre had said, one of the ways we can reduce our carbon footprinting is by, walking or riding your bicycles. So what we have done, we have created a bicycle race that will start off at UB tomorrow at 8 a.m. and
Is this 7? Isn't that 7?
it's at 8 a.m.
Oh, sorry about
It's
that.
at 8 a.m. and then it laps to West Star, and then the guys come back to UB, and then as a result, that will kick off the entire Earth Day itself.
Okay, let's see if this call is on topic. We asked the caller that we're talking about the Earth Day, University of Belize. We have 2 students and a lecturer from the University of Belize with us this morning. Good morning, caller.
Hello, good morning, my brother.
Good morning.
Somewhere I read or I heard where there's an organization in the U.S. that pays country that produces green, like more trees and less air pollution. Is there really something like that?
I don't know if the Mr. Magana would be able to
Can you repeat the question, please?
repeat the question and
I'm saying that somewhere I read or I heard, I don't know where, that there's an organization that pays country that creates less carbon, no?
Oh, yes.
And so for instance, that grows more trees, etc.
Okay, we'll let him answer the question, caller. Thanks for calling.
Yes, I am not quite familiar because that's not my area of expertise, but I know for sure, for instance, I think you have heard about the ERI at the University of Belize, which is the Environmental Research Institute. They're looking into actually, the developed countries, they have an entity that provides money so that, for example, if you're a developing country and you have a certain amount of forest in the area, they would pay you so that you keep that forest, and normally it's in the thousands and millions of dollars, depending on the amount of acreage that you have. Right now, the ERI is looking into trying to convert the central corridor. I forgot the
Wildlife
name.
corridor.
The wildlife corridor that is between what's the name of the villages that are going to Belize City by the bridge? I'm not too familiar.
Boom.
No, before Burrell Boom. It's
Dedeville?
where,
Hattieville.
Dedeville?
well, somewhere
Dedeville,
between
Dedeville,
that
something.
area, right?
Uh-huh.
So they're trying to get sponsors to actually pay for that so that they can manage. But
Okay.
the thing is that you have to protect it and not cut trees from the area.
Yeah, if not,
I know
you
that-
won't
I know-
qualify.
in developing countries, that's a big business.
Wow, that is weird. So the Kala he did read that
Yes,
somewhere,
yes.
that there is
That-
food
that is
will,
true.
that will pay you to have
Maintain,
reserve
conserve, and manage.
and manage
your
not
forest.
your forest.
Right.
That is
And
incredible.
like I said, ERI from the University of Belize is looking into it
Okay.
to get funding so that they can start that initiative.
That's
The problem with that area is that it is not government land, it's private land. So to get in contact and managing a good price is the problem, because some of the owners they want to charge more.
Exactly.
So but there is money for that.
Okay, Earth Day tomorrow is going to be at the university. It's going to be very informative. Who could come out? Who you're inviting out? Give us what they expect coming out there. Could parents bring their kids out? Tell us a bit about it.
Well, everybody is invited. We cater to everybody, the public. We cater to children because we're going to have games. And then for adults, we have the different speakers. We have the different NGOs booths that they can go and find information.
Okay.
For
And
everybody.
well, we might not be showing it right now, but I think we're deep inside. We're very excited, and we look forward towards this day. And like how Angelita mentioned, we have games for kindergarten up to
High
secondary schools,
Okay.
and we give prizes. So you participate to get a prize,
Okay.
and we also would like to invite the public and participate with us with the e-waste.
E-waste competition.
Not the competition, but the drive itself, that anyone can bring their
Even.
electronic waste, like televisions. Probably Devon can tell you more about
Yes.
that.
It's one of the first initiatives that the university has. We collaborated with Resource Recycle Recovery organization. They deal specifically with electronics waste, and so what we have done, we have partnered with them, and so tomorrow we are inviting the general public, students, everyone who has electronics that they no longer need, want, broken, in terms of cell phones, your laptops, your computers, your monitors, CPUs, TVs, printers, scanners, photocopiers,
Old cameras that you guys might have and you
VCRs,
want to.
whatever
Everything.
broken electronics that you do not require, we're inviting you to come on down to the university, bring your electronics, and we will take them off your hands and we give them to the organization. And if you're lucky, you can also win a prize from bringing in your electronics.
No, you need to give your purpose why you're doing that, so that Belizeans understand why you're doing that. Why is it the purpose behind that? How dangerous is it to dispose of a computer or a TV monitor just in the public? Really quickly.
Well, we don't really have proper waste disposal, and there are certain types of poisonous products within a VCR, a computer, that you are not aware of. So what we try to do is we try to minimize all the garbage that we have, and so we take the electronics off our hands. And so if we take the electronics off our hands, we give them to the organizations, and then they try their best to recycle whatever
And dispose of it
electronics.
properly, right?
Properly.
And I know we're out of time. What happens when you dispose of a television just out to all that chemical? Where does it go? Where
It can
does it
seep
end up?
into groundwater and then cause you could
Water
get
pollution.
sick water pollution.
Okay,
This
because that things will just drain into the groundwater, and that water somehow ends up
Get-
back in your body in
Yeah.
some
Yes.
way, fashion, or form, no?
It also seeps into the soil, and if you're a farmer, that can be very dangerous for you and your crops.
Okay.
And inevitably, you will eat those.
This is good. I'm happy you're doing. So people could take their
Yes.
all appliances for free,
Yes,
and you guys will
for free,
they-
and we will take it off,
take care of it,
their
and it will
hands.
be disposed in a proper way,
Way.
in a,
A proper
recyclable
manner.
way.
Yes.
and they still have a chance to win. a
And plus, they
prize.
will get a raffle ticket to
Ah.
participate in the
Ah.
several raffles that we have throughout the
Ah.
day.
that I think gonna get a lot of old appliances.
Well, that's what
a
we're
lot
hoping.
of old appliances
That's what we're hoping
tomorrow.
for.
So our TV, electrician.
So
We do need to wrap up. We have a next set
Can
of.
we just
Yes, of
quickly
course.
mention our
Sponsors.
sponsors?
Of course, you could cover your sponsors and any other things that you want to invite people
Right.
out there. Any other comments like that? No.
Okay, our sponsors include MSBC, The Moorings, Westrap, BTL, B&E, PAC, Bowen & Bowen, Full Type Belize Windomar, Heritage Bank, A Plus Computer Solutions, 96 Orchid Garden, Worldwide Fund for Nature, Scotiabank, Dr. Perez, Travelers Liquors, Avedon Diver, Sea Spray Hotel, CPBL, William and Samira Bowen, Courts, Tropicare, Chaps Bar and Grill, Medina's House of Jewelry, St. John's Credit Union, Holy Redeemer Credit Union, A&R, Angela's Press, Old Belize, The Belize Zoo, Pirates Grill in Placencia, Omar's Guest House in Placencia, and finally, Omar's Creole Group in Placencia. We deeply appreciate all your donations.
Yes.
Because
we do.
without their contribution, we wouldn't have been able to.
Earth Day would not have been possible.
Without them.
And that's why it's free tomorrow.
Right.
Because it's the
Yes,
sponsors.
yes,
They're
yes.
covering.
Sponsors are paying,
paying for
somebody's
everything.
paying for it,
Right,
right? And
that's
so
correct.
the sponsors are making it able for the university to offer it, or the
Right.
faculty to be able to offer this for free to the public now.
Yes.
Yes.
Closing comments, Devon.
Well, I just want to invite everyone out to the show, to the Earth Day Fair. We have games, we have prizes, we have environmental educations for everyone. So just come on out.
Closing comments.
We'd just like to thank you for having us on your show. We really appreciate it to give us an opportunity to make people aware of Earth Day.
Okay, Mr. Hawking.
So, well, we'd like to remind the public that the information is there. They will learn a lot of stuff, but more importantly, practice what we will be, the ideas that we will be telling you so that we minimize the issue with climate change.
Okay. Again, Belize, it will be a very informative Earth Day happening at the university tomorrow, April 21st. It starts from 7 and
From
it goes
7
from 7 and
all the
goes-
way to 3, 4 in the afternoon.
All right, and
So
it's
we have-
open to anybody to come, walk through, look at the booths, play the games, participate in it.
Lots of food and
Lots
drinks.
of food and drinks, and bring your old appliances. Let's try and make sure we're being good steward of this beautiful country that God has given us, and we have a responsibility to do so, make sure we tend and take care of it. And so thanks for coming in this morning, and we
Thank you for
continue.
having us.
Thank
We
you for
hope that you
having us.
continue your work there at the university.
Of course.
And so we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll be joined with some other guests talking about the said topic Earth Day, right? Different
Right.
organizations.
I wanna say